You're listening to Counterclockwise, where we decide the best of unimportant categories. The Seth Rollins impersonator across the table from me is my favorite brother, Brandon Wise. How are you?
That's good. You're going off of that, the drawing you made the other day, right? Yeah. No, the Seth Rollins Stone Cold hybrid.
Yeah. I made a little doodle of us fighting. Gave you some wrestling attire. Ended up like the middle half was Stone Cold.
I've showed a lot of people that, and they love it. So it's, just got to color it in, and it's our official emojis.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So we have a potential controversy brewing,
like us as a
whole.
Okay.
As a brotherly duo.
Is this like a personal thing, or is this a podcast related thing?
It's a fantasy football thing.
Oh, okay. Continue.
There seems to be one or two people not too fond on the fact that there are two commissioners in
Dual
our league.
commissioners, yeah.
Yeah, coming from out west in Illinois specifically.
That's who.
No names.
That's who I thought you were
no names,
to.
Please. You know who you are. I was on the phone with one of our other players in the league, who expressed his concern, but you know the guy. He doesn't care. He was just giving me a hard time.
Yeah.
I tried to justify it by saying, hey, look, there were a lot of things I missed last year that having another set of eyes on would help.
Like what?
Like scoring and like rosters and stuff like that. You made some changes.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, I didn't even think of that. So that's kind of what I mean, you know?
Gotcha. Yeah.
And I kind of feel like if me or you win that league, which I'm not going to win. I've never won. I don't ever win. I always come like second at best. I feel like they're going to cry foul if one of us wins.
Yeah. What do they think we're going to be doing? Like approving trades on the side or something?
It's kind of like when you play like out of the park baseball. You can do just full commissioner mode where you can just like control literally everything.
Oh, yeah.
And just anything.
I gotcha.
I feel like they think it's going to be something like that.
I don't know what I could do. Like maybe I should look up some stuff that I could do.
Also,
I don't know what I could do with that power other than change the rules.
Also, if any of our teams decide they're going to have Hawk Tua as their team name, you banned.
You're gone. We will continue with an odd number of teams.
I might even call the cops on you.
Yeah, that doesn't deserve our attention.
Yeah.
And they gotta milk the cow dry before they move on, before she becomes completely irrelevant and ends up in rehab or something. Anyway.
Jesus.
Anyway, I'm Tyler Wise, and up next... Hey, Dad, I don't see it so good. Is that Bill Shakespeare over there? Actors named William. Coming up in about 23 seconds.
Navigation. 3. Silence number 2. He was number 1.
I think you'll appreciate this story. At work the other day, I had a customer walk in, and he's like looking around all amazed. He goes, "Whoa, this is like the Build-A-Bear for hydraulics." And I'm like, "What?" And he goes, "This place, like, you just mix and match, and you can make your own hydraulics." I'm like, Yeah, sure,
I
but
mean, yeah, that pretty much is it. Yeah,
I'm like, I want you to. I told him, I'm like, I want you to know you made my whole week. Like, I'm stealing that. I'm gonna tell. I think I might just advertise it on the door now.
Yeah, just
Build-A-Bear
come on in. The Build-A-Bear for hydraulics.
Yeah. So and the best part was our boss was there.
Oh yeah.
And even he got a kick out of it. So yeah, no, maybe we got a new company slogan.
Yeah. We already have 12, so might as well just throw it in there.
Just add it on.
Add another one in there. That's good. Yeah, you really do. You got fittings, you got hose, you can customize stuff. A little tumbler with stuffing that you can put in the... No, that's just for bears. Never mind. We should probably get to the show here. So, actors named William.
I feel like I say this every time, but this was much harder than I anticipated.
Way harder. Yeah, when I first thought of it, I'm like, oh yeah, there's 6 or 7.
I had tears in my eyes writing some of my honorable mentions because it was a
you
struggle.
couldn't make them into
it was so hard.
They couldn't make it into the nomination list.
Like, they have no idea I'll ever exist, and I feel like I betrayed them.
I mean, it is an honorable mention, so
Yeah,
but just doesn't.
I mean,
it's
but
not-
you know,
not good
actors
enough.
have huge egos, so
That is
if
true.
they don't think
That is true.
if they don't think that I think they're number one,
They might be sad.
they might sue me or something. I don't know.
Okay, that's true. So
For all my $3 I have in my name.
So I was thinking, because there's so many actors out there. First of all, we're doing screen actors because we don't know anything about the stage, really. So
Yes.
we're doing TV, movies. That's basically
Child
it.
actors, voice actors.
Anything that's in TV and movies.
Mm-hmm.
Anything that would be considered an actor.
Mm-hmm.
You have... Oh, and I thought, just because, again, we don't have the knowledge base to go back that far, I was thinking like the past 60-ish years.
Yeah.
Or like, I think, what did I come up with? Oh, what's that movie? The one with cowboys and they're outlaws and they do things and then they go to South America. That's the one. Yep, it's the Somebody and the Somebody. Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid.
There we go.
Whew, man, that took a while.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Sometimes considered the first modern movie, and that was 1969. So let's go 1960, 19, whatever, words. 1969 to the present.
Nice.
Yeah. Oh, and this is also, it's any variation of William.
Mm-hmm.
William, Will, Bill, Billy, Willie. That's it.
There's a
about
gray
it.
line, though. I think you know the actor who's
Yeah.
Willem.
Willem. His birth name was William. So he counts.
Okay, fair enough.
He's in there.
Fair enough.
We just tipped our hand big time, but whatever, doesn't matter. We're about to name them all anyway. So, oh yeah, the other thing is just like our three kind of general criteria we do: popularity, cultural impact, and overall quality.
I am excited about this, though. So
Yeah, I think this will be a fun one. You want to just get into it?
yeah,
You want me to do mine or yours first?
I can do mine first.
Go ahead.
I think I told you that you go first earlier, but I was like,
Yeah,
I don't
you
wanna-
changed your mind.
I don't want to wait.
Call it an audible.
Yep, I don't want to wait. Peyton Manning over
I
here.
was going to say, call you the sheriff.
Yep.
That's me. I'm the sheriff.
Shut up. Respectfully.
I really like that commercial, though. It always makes me
too.
laugh. That's me. I'm the sheriff.
All right, so yeah, I'm going to list my nominees here. All right, first one, we got William Hurt, Will Arnett, Bill Hader, Bill Murray, obviously, Billy Crystal, Billy Bob Thornton, William H. Macy, and Will Ferrell.
It's a solid list. A solid list.
A few I had to take off I wasn't happy with.
I got a couple in common with you. Actually, not as many as I thought, honestly. Well, actually, I guess we did. I guess I only have three that you didn't mention. Because you had Bill Murray, William H. Macy, Will Ferrell, Billy Bob, and Bill Hader.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So I only got three that you didn't mention. I have Will Smith, Willem Dafoe, which we just mentioned, and Billy West, the voice
See, I
actor.
left Willem out because I didn't research
Yeah.
if his actual name was William.
Mm-hmm.
So I left him out because I didn't think that counted, but okay.
Yeah, I read his birth name's William. He started going, or like I think he gained the nickname Willem. People started calling him Willem in high school or something, and then he got used to being called Willem, so that's what he used on his SAG card. So that's what he goes by. Anyway, yeah. So his birth name's William. So yeah, we got a pretty good list there. What did we end up with? You had three, so that's what 8 to 11 nominees.
Yep.
Cool. Man, there's so many we left off.
Yeah.
Our honorable mention list is going to be half this episode, just
Right.
us listing them.
And yeah, and justifying it. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. Somebody might make a jump. I don't know. We'll see.
I could argue a few of these.
Yeah. All right. So we will be back in a few seconds here with our nominees. Or, no, not the nominees. The other one. The honorable mentions. That's the one. Bingo. Meanwhile, back at the Hall of Justice. Yeah. Honorable mentions.
Yeah.
Let's do those. I don't know why I can never remember that freaking word. Phrase. It's a phrase. It's 2 words.
Yeah, so I feel like I really let these guys down. I feel like if they saw my list, they'd be like, I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed.
Yeah, they're gonna.
There's nothing worse
than
than hearing
online.
that. Yeah, there's nothing worse than hearing that.
Especially some of these favorites.
So, all right. So
Yeah,
first off,
give me some.
First
I
off,
got a whole big old list. So
that's all right.
Give me them.
First off, I got William Forsythe. And, he was Dutton in Daredevil, the Daredevil series. I didn't really pick that up until I was kind of doing the research.
Forsythe. I know the name. I can't picture
he's
him
never
off.
really been a lead man.
him.
I mean, I looked him up. He's got really no major awards.
Oh, yeah. He's just like
a guy.
He's like the bad guy in like 30% of movies.
Yeah. This one was tough, too. But, again, I think it comes down to age, really, for this. Will Poulter. Because he's really coming into his own.
He's still young.
Yeah.
He's got some time.
Yeah, he's got a lot of time. And then, right along lines with that, Bill Skarsgård. I really wanted to throw him in there.
I thought he had been in like more things.
Me too.
Because
I immediately thought of Bill Skarsgård, and I was like, oh, yeah, that's a nominee. And then I looked him up, and it's like...
Hasn't done like a ton yet. Yeah. I thought he was like... famous. Like
like he was
I thought he was like an A-lister before it, and I was looking, I'm like, what the hell happened before it?
Yeah, he plays a very good bad guy because he's obviously Pennywise, and then he was the bad guy in John Wick 4.
Yeah, he had been in stuff obviously as like a younger guy, and then but like he wasn't in anything like huge. I feel like nothing I really knew.
Yeah,
I mean, it was the first thing I knew, but I'm not like a movie buff.
Right.
That was the other thing I wanted to mention up top, that we're not movie buffs, so we're just like going up by the seat of our pants here.
Right.
So don't yell at us about us not knowing acting chops and yada yada and art movies and bullshit. Anyway.
Yeah, so my next one is Billy Crudup.
Yep. He was on my
He's
list.
He's just more of a what's the word?
Kind of a character actor or like
supporting actor.
Supporting.
Yeah, he's never really going to be
Yeah.
I mean, he's in a lot of good stuff.
He was in The Watchmen.
Yeah, Spotlight. He was in
Almost Famous.
The most recent Alien movie, Covenant.
Oh, really? Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's been in a bunch of stuff. He's just like that guy. It's like, he's like a more famous that guy.
He's in the morning show. He's like a recurring. And that's where he won most of his awards from. So that got him, and then Will Forte.
Yeah.
He's just another kind of like side comedy character. He's great at it.
He was one of my favorites on SNL at that time. That was a time when there were a lot of really good guys.
Yeah.
Good whatever.
I mean, he did have that show Last Man on Earth, which was pretty good.
Yeah, I think that was pretty well liked too.
Yeah.
Oh, he was in this really good movie, A Futile and Stupid Gesture. You ever watch that?
I've never.
I think it was on Netflix. I think it was a Netflix original, but it's about the founding of National Lampoon.
Oh, I gotcha.
And he plays, I can't think of his name offhand, but he plays the guy that created National Lampoon, basically, from the Harvard Lampoon. And he's really good in it. Anyway.
Can I continue?
Yep.
This one was tough too, but Bill Paxton.
Yeah, he was a tough one to cut. That one hurt a little bit.
It's like, I looked through his history, and it's like he was kind of like big in like the 80s and 90s. Like that was really his run.
He apparently
fun fact, he was actually on WWE SmackDown in like 2001.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Oh, let me back up too. Will Forte.
Yeah.
Because he was MacGruber, obviously from SNL, and they made a movie out of it. Back when WWE Raw was doing the guest appearance thing or guest host thing.
I remember that.
MacGruber was the guest host one night. Yeah.
Yep. But Bill Paxton, I think it might be his Wikipedia page, says something along the lines, I can't remember exactly, but it says something like he's famous for playing characters that die in movies.
Yeah.
Which I think is true.
He was the lead in Twister, though, right?
Yeah, he's the lead in Twister. He was in Armageddon.
Apollo 13.
Or no, wait, not Armageddon. I was thinking, I always get Bill Paxton and Will Patton mixed up because I feel like they're very similar. He was in Aliens. He's in Tombstone. He dies in Tombstone.
Edge of Tomorrow is one of the most recent ones he's been in.
Yeah, Apollo 13.
Yeah. Just because I want to say it. Bill Nye. Because he's technically an actor. He was on Big Bang Theory. He's been on a couple things, you know. So I got Billy D. Williams.
Yep.
Because he's Lando. It's Lando Calrissian, and that's all you know him from, really.
You can't leave Billy D out.
No. Cooler than the other side of the pillow.
I never really noticed that if Billy D is actually his real name, his name would be William D. Williams.
Yeah. What if his name was Williams D. Billy? So yeah, I got one more, and this one was the hardest one. This is the one I was like shaking as I was moving them from my nominee to the honorable mention.
Yeah.
And that's Sir William Shatner.
Yeah.
And
yeah, that was tough.
it really comes down to he's Kirk, Captain Kirk. That's really
that's his iconic thing. And
you know
then
him
he
from
was famous as being Shatner for the rest of his life.
You know him from being Shatner and Captain Kirk and
the Priceline Negotiator.
I was just gonna say the Priceline commercials. That's it with Kaylee Cuoco
and being Michael Myers' face.
Yeah, I mean that's a fair kind of.
That is
like,
a pretty good.
That's a good argument to put him, to move him up, but
to be behind, yeah.
His Jordan run was like, Star Trek, obviously. So
yeah, he's one of those things. He's definitely got the cultural impact factor.
Yeah,
I just don't think he's that great of an actor.
Right.
He's not as bad of an actor as people think he is. He's kind of credited as like that really kind of dramatic actor, but like he really doesn't act like that much in Star Trek. He's not that bad.
It's just kind of one of those things where he was like sort of like that, and then people just progressively like
there was. He's like a little bit dramatic like that, but that was like how most guys were at that time. And that was the '60s. But yeah, it's like kind of like a Fish story where it just gets bigger and bigger no matter what.
Yeah,
I'm not a Star Trek fan at all, really. But I knew a Star Trek fan that told me that the reason that he gets that rap, I guess, is there's like one specific episode where he gets like, I can't remember what happens. Something happens to him, and that's why he acts like that in that episode. But it's only one episode where he's like super dramatic like this, and he just kind of just delivers everything like that. And that's kind of what people make fun of, is that one specific episode where he doesn't really act like that the rest of the time.
Yeah.
But he's just like super over the top in that one episode, and that's the impression people do of him.
Yeah.
So yeah, Shatner just barely didn't make the list. He was one of the first ones I had on my list, though.
Me too.
And then I had to cut him.
Me too. Yeah.
Is that all your
That's all
honorable
mine.
mentions?
Yep.
Okay. I mentioned him earlier when I mixed him up with Bill Paxton, but Will Patton's on there. Armageddon, that's the one I know him from mostly. He was in The Postman, No Way Out, stuff like that. He's a great like fourth character in a movie.
He's definitely that guy.
Yeah. Another supporting character, Hall of Famer, Bill Pullman. Independence Day, obviously. He's in Spaceballs. That's such a great movie. I haven't seen it.
I need to watch that one again.
He's randomly in The Equalizer for no reason. Why is he in The Equalizer? That's the one I always say. Why is he in this movie?
I forget which character.
He play like, you know, The Equalizer. I can't remember his name. Denzel, his like friend who was in the CIA or something.
Oh,
in the CIA.
Her husband. Yeah,
He plays a supporting character's husband. He has like 2 lines. He does nothing. He like comes out, like leans over like a railing in the house. He's like, "See ya, honey, I'm leaving." Like that's his whole. Why is this Bill Pullman?
He's a famous author, isn't he like a famous author?
Something like that. I think he wrote a book. Yeah.
Yeah, and the second one he has like a book showing or whatever.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's where he is.
Book premiere
when she. Yeah. Yeah, it's like, why he's more important in the second movies. I'm like, okay, maybe they were gearing up for that. I don't know, but he's just like so unimportant in the first one.
It kind of feels like there's probably a lot cut out. That's why it feels like he,
because in that scene, the first scene, he's talking to him. They're like having like coffee or something, and then his wife comes out, and then they have the serious conversation about that actually drives the plot forward. But they're having a conversation beforehand, so I wonder if maybe that was longer or something. That was more of a scene.
Could be.
I don't know. And they just cut it out. Whatever. But he's definitely a kind of a minor character Hall of Famer there. That Independence Day speech still gives me chills.
Oh, I know.
Every time. Going down the list, I got Bill Nighy. He's I think that's how you pronounce it. I don't know. Nighy. Nighy. I think he's British.
I'm not gonna lie. I thought you would just like put a weird enunciation on Bill Nighy.
Bill Nighy weird.
Bill Nighy, the science guy.
He's in like a lot of stuff. You'd probably recognize him if you looked up. You know who I'm talking about? He's in a bunch of stuff. He was in Love Actually. That's like his big thing that he's known. I think he's kind of recognized for initially.
How do you spell it?
Nighy. Oh, he played Davy Jones in Pirates of the Caribbean, Dead Man's Chest. You can't tell that it's him, but that's him. My personal favorite is Pirate Radio. I don't know that you've ever seen that one. I think it was a British movie. It's set in England. It's got Philip Seymour Hoffman in it.
Oh.
He was in Harry Potter, one of the later Harry Potters.
He's Davy Jones in Pirates of the Caribbean.
Minister of Magic. That's the one. Yeah, he's what'd you say?
Davy Jones in Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yeah, I said that. You can't tell it's him because he's under an octopus,
right?
But it's him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was kind of listening. I was trying to, spell, because I was trying to spell the name and I just couldn't.
Oh yeah. So I got him on there. He's
Detective Pikachu.
Oh yeah. Yeah, he's another one that's just in a ton of stuff. He plays a lot of like minor characters and things.
That's what happened a lot when I was looking. I'm like, oh my god, they're in that.
Yeah, tons of stuff, and it's like hard to find the big things he's known for because he's just like, oh, he was in this movie for 5 minutes.
Right.
I got another great for that sort of thing. Bill Duke.
Oh yeah,
that dude with the crazy eyes.
Yeah, I wish I would have thought of him. Damn.
He's in Commando and Predator with Arnold.
Oh, he's so
goes
good.
toe to toe with him in Commando.
He's so good, man.
That was a Green Beret. I eat Green Berets for breakfast.
Damn, I wish I would have thought of him.
Yeah, I'm just gonna keep rolling because I got so many. We got Bill Fagerbaki, I think is how you pronounce that. You know who that is? He's the voice of Patrick Star from SpongeBob.
You would know that more.
Absolutely legend.
You would know that better than me. Yeah.
He was also in Coach. Shout out to Mom who showed me Coach back in the day. He's like, hey, you know that guy? Yeah. That's the voice of Patrick. No way.
Growing up, I always remember Coach being on, but I don't remember.
Never watched it,
but I don't remember. But I don't remember where it was on. I don't know where.
What building you were in when you watched it?
Yeah, I don't know who.
Mom watched it. That's what I mean. She would watch it occasionally. I think she watched it when it was on originally.
Because I always remember it being on. I just don't ever remember.
I don't remember anything about it really, other than it being called Coach.
I just don't remember where my body was in that time.
What's the lead guy's name?
Craig T. Nelson.
Yeah, that's right. Him and Bill Fagerbaki. I think that's how his name is. I think that's how you pronounce it. I looked it up earlier, but I can't remember. I'm pretty sure that's right. Back to another voice actor, Bill Farmer. He's been the voice of Goofy since 1987. He's kind of the official Goofy. Anyway, another Hall of Fame supporting character, William Fichtner. He's in a ton of stuff. Yeah. He was in Armageddon again. I think I have like 4 characters from Armageddon in this.
Well, it's such a good movie.
Yeah, you had Billy Bob Thornton, who we already mentioned up top. He was in it. Then Will Patton, not Bill Paxton. I'm going to mix them up. Continuing. Oh, he was in Heat. I bet he's worth a lot, as many movies as he's been in. Another Hall of Fame supporting character, William Sadler. He was can't remember his character's name, but he was in Shawshank. He's like that kind of like loudmouth guy that Brooks holds the knife up to him, and he's like, "Oh, crazy old bastard."
Oh yeah, that he's the one that offers Andy the beers on the rooftop.
Yeah, he's been in a ton of stuff also, and I think he was randomly the president in Iron Man 3 for some reason. It's really weird. I always forget that that's him until I see him. I'm like, why is he in this? Another one, William Atherton, another supporting character. He's the reporter guy from Die Hard and Die Hard 2, like the annoying reporter that she punches. He was also in Ghostbusters. He's annoying in that. He plays basically the same character, except he worked for the EPA.
Going back to William Sadler real quick. You're right. President Ellis. Because he was in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. too.
Oh, was he?
Yeah.
That makes more sense because he has actually more like agency in the show. I'm sure in the movie he's another one. He has got like 2 lines. Like, why did we get William Sadler for this? You could have just hired an extra to be the president. What else we got?
Is an extra going to deliver presidential lines? I don't think so.
He didn't have any lines. That's my point. I think he had 2 lines.
So he did have lines then.
Oh, you mentioned child actors earlier. Did you have any child actors in your list?
I thought about Will Wheaton, but
Wheaton. Yeah, he was. That's why I bring it up because I mentioned him next. But he was an adult actor too.
Yeah, and like what? Stand by Me. That's all.
Stand by Me, and he was in Star Trek.
Yeah,
and he played himself on Big Bang.
Yeah, so
and that's basically it. He's another one that's like kind of famous for being himself now.
Yeah,
I had. I'll run through these last few pretty quickly. I had Billy Baldwin.
I thought about him, but
Billy's he's
Billy
like
Zane.
the second Baldwin, and the Baldwins as a whole aren't all that great either. Billy Zabka, William Zabka from Karate Kid and Cobra Kai. Billy Zane,
obviously Titanic.
yeah. Billy Eichner.
He's so good, man. He's so good in Parks and Rec when he came in that last season.
Yeah.
Oh, he's so good.
He's good. That character's really funny.
I need to go lie down for 45 minutes. No, an hour. A full hour.
Oh, man. Then I had Bill Goldberg.
Oh, come on.
You don't think he deserves an honorable mention?
No.
I mean, he's pretty solid as the guy with the big member in The Longest Yard. You don't think that deserves a shout out?
No.
What about Will.I.am? Does that count? No.
Technically, I mean, he was in the movie Date Night.
Was he really?
Mm-hmm.
He was also in
he had zero.
X-Men Origins Wolverine.
Oh, yeah. He had 0 lines in Date Night.
Oh, he didn't have any lines?
Yeah.
That's weird. Willie Nelson, just because.
King of the Hill.
Not really an actor.
Not really an actor, just himself and everything.
Yeah, basically just... He was in the Dukes of Hazzard movie. He played Uncle Jesse or something.
Of course
I can't remember his name.
Yeah. Best
Anyway.
best uncle ever.
Yeah. Anyway, so I think that's our list. We got all our honorable mentions in there. You want to get down to brass tacks here?
Yeah.
Put up your Dukes.
Yeah.
Put up your Bill Dukes.
Mm-hmm.
Not even gonna acknowledge that one.
Yeah,
No?
Bill Duke. I got it.
Yeah. Okay.
That's funny.
Okay. Give me your sure things.
Sure things. Oh man.
Who can't possibly be the? Oh, did we mention we're doing 5? We're doing 5.
Yeah. For sure things. I think Bill Murray.
Bill Murray. Yeah, he was the first one I thought of.
Yeah.
I think that's no question.
Yeah.
I don't know that anybody will debate us on that. We'll see. We'll see what happens when we get down to like 6 and we got to cut somebody. But
yeah.
I think Bill Murray for sure is on there.
I think. Yeah, I'm going through all the my main criteria. I mean, obviously the 3 criteria we have, but I was also looking at their popular movies, based off IMDb.
Yeah.
And then I was going through their awards, nominations and winners and whatever. And
which awards were you looking at? Were you looking at all of them, or just the big guys?
The big ones, yeah.
Just the Academy Awards.
Academy.
Did you get Golden Globes in there?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't usually count those, but that's fine.
Okay. Well.
If it's not an EGOT, I don't want it.
I did include some primetime Emmys too.
Yeah, that makes sense for the TV actors.
He hasn't really had a lot lately, but oh man. Okay, I'll skip that one for now. But okay.
Sure things, Brandon. Give me all of them.
Well, I was
top one.
I was, but then I kind of
you talked yourself out of it.
I panicked. Okay. Okay. I think my other sure thing, Billy Bob.
Okay. Yeah, I can roll with Billy Bob. I thought you might fight me on that one. That was going to be one.
No,
of mine
he
too.
has incredible range for a guy.
Yeah, I know.
For a guy that looks homeless. And
he's so funny, but
he is But he can play anything.
He's so good in serious roles that he is in.
He's amazing in Bad Santa, and he's amazing in Fargo, that first season of Fargo.
Yeah, I forgot he was in that. I didn't watch the series.
Oh my god, he was brilliant.
I've heard he was really good. Yeah,
that he won. Yeah, I think he won some of his awards for that.
Yeah, is that a supporting role?
Yeah, because I think he. I can't remember the guy's name. The lead guy. Yeah. I don't remember, but
he was very breathy. Yeah.
Yeah, but he was the main bad guy in that season.
Billy Bob was?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It was good, man.
Yeah.
He was in Armageddon, really good in that. He's in Sling Blade, even though that movie is kind of aged poorly. So he's got an Academy Award.
And in Armageddon, you were saying Armageddon's a good movie. It's objectively not, but he's really good in it.
Objectively, okay.
It's entertaining. It's a very entertaining
That's what
movie.
I mean. That's what I mean. But
I didn't think I wasn't I wasn't saying your taste in movies is terrible. I just mean because I love it too.
Right.
because it's a really fun movie to watch. But as like a film, capital F film, whatever, film in italics, it's not like a great movie, but he's really good in it.
Right.
He's got to be that character that he plays. He's like the head of NASA or whatever, head of whatever that project is. He's like got to be the Rock, like not only as the character, but Billy Bob's got to hold it together because you got like a shitload of character actors all jammed into this one movie, and it's kind of a mess, but he holds it down.
Right.
He's almost like the glue of that movie.
For sure.
If you don't have Billy Bob in there as the guy that they keep cutting to be like the normal, sane person on screen, that movie falls apart pretty quick, I think.
Oh, and the Bad News Bears remake he was good in.
Yeah.
He plays a very good alcoholic. I will give him that.
Yeah, for sure. He was in The Alamo. You remember that? He played, who's that? Who's the guy? Coonskin and Hap.
Dave,
Hap. Whatever a Hap is. I combine
is it
Hat
Davey?
and Cap.
No.
Davey.
Is it Davy Jones? Davy Crockett.
Davy Crockett, yeah. Davy Jones is...
we were just... Yeah, but no, he's got he's got 32 total awards, and that's like all the lower level
he's done a
stuff,
lot.
too.
He's done TV and... Doesn't he act on stage too? I know we weren't doing stage actors, but I think he's done a lot of stage stuff too, if I remember right.
So he's won an Academy, he's won a Critics' Choice, and he's a 2-time Golden Globe winner, and he's been nominated a million times. He's got a star. He's got a star on the Walk of Fame, and somehow he pulled Angelina Jolie.
I know exactly.
I mean,
a guy that looks like that with Angelina Jolie. I mean, like he's got to be something.
That guy. That's got to count for something.
Yeah, he's one of those guys. He's kind of like surprisingly good. Like you kind of don't really think about him as a good actor because you think of Bad Santa and you think of Armageddon and you think of Sling Blade where he's plays that type of character and you're like, okay, like those movies don't age so well, so it kind of tarnishes a little bit, but yeah, he's just like so good in a lot of these other movies that require a really good actor.
I think
so he just kind of surprises you sometimes.
I think I got one more.
Okay, hit me.
That's gonna be William H. Macy.
Yeah, he was one of my top ones.
Obviously Fargo.
And
I think
he's in Shameless for.
Well, I was gonna say I think what really puts him in the
sets him up
is his role in Shameless.
Yeah.
Like
he's
amazing.
Just a great TV character.
So good. Yeah.
Really good.
Yeah, and I mean he's a very good supporting actor. He's really never going to be the lead, except in Shameless. That's the thing. Like he's not even really the lead in Shameless. He's just like,
he was like Fargo was a big one, and then Shameless is the big one. Literally, just about everything else up till Shameless, he was like the third guy in a movie.
Like he was even like Lincoln Lawyer.
Yeah,
so good in that. It's really weird seeing him with really long hair though.
Boogie Nights.
Yeah, Boogie Nights.
Magnolia. Jurassic Park 3.
Yeah, just
all
randomly.
the favorites.
Yeah.
Wild Hogs.
Yeah.
He's remember that movie?
Yeah, I do.
I saw that movie way too many times. That was a favorite at Grandpa's house for some reason.
He's also the narrator for Curious George, if you didn't know that.
Wow. Well, that's man.
There's your Stephen Kwan out of left field.
Yeah, I think that's it. Wow, I did not know that. That's awesome. That might just put him up there. I think that's the last straw for Willie H. You have any other surefire candidates here? I got a couple I could do.
Okay.
Well,
just fire away.
Actually,
I think I'm good with my surefire.
I think you might have mentioned both of my. Oh no, the other one I was going to say was Will Ferrell. Like acting chops wise, he's like he's solid. He's up there. He's pretty good. As far as like a comedic actor,
when you think of all
the way up there.
Yeah, right. So if I were to say comedy actor, most likely your first thought's going to Will Ferrell.
One of the first, like one of the top.
You're thinking of Talladega Nights, or you're thinking of Old School. You're thinking of
comedy actors of the last 20 years for sure. He's like probably the top. Like might be the first if you were to rank those guys.
Yeah.
Of the last 20 years, he's definitely up there. Talladega, Anchorman, Step Brothers.
Oh, Anchorman, yeah.
Elf. He plays a very different character in Elf, and he's still good in that.
Anchorman might be my favorite character of his.
Yeah, that's a good one. Do you have any? I think that was my only other one that you didn't mention that I thought was a sure thing. Willem Dafoe, probably. He's kind of like right on the border of a sure thing.
I mean, obviously he's Green Goblin. He's in Platoon.
Last Temptation of Christ.
Yeah.
He's in a bunch of stuff. I think he's just like one of those guys that's just kind of known as a great actor.
Yeah.
But he hasn't had like a ton of iconic roles. But he's like an iconic person. Everybody knows who he is just looking at him. He just had a lot of roles, I think is what it is. He's had a lot of like B plus level roles. Whereas a lot of these other guys have had a lot of A plus roles and then like maybe some other minor roles. He's had like a ton of B plus kind of characters that he's played. So everybody he's so recognizable. What else we got? I think we're probably done with sure things.
Like these are the knocking on the door ones.
Who else we got? Let's do long shots. You got any long shots?
William Hurt.
I was surprised you had him on there.
I just think, looking at through his history, man, like he was in Avengers as the Secretary of State, History of Violence, Kiss of the Spider Woman. I mean, he was really big.
Lost in Space.
Right. And
he's in Broadcast News. You ever watch Broadcast News?
I have not.
That's a really good movie. I had never heard of it until I started listening to the Rewatchables, and I saw it was on their list. I'm like, Broadcast News, that sounds boring. And then I like Googled it, and I was like, wow, I like all of these people. Let me watch this. And then it was really good.
He's been nominated for a lot of major awards. He's really only won a handful, but most of his stuff came in the 80s.
Yeah, it's definitely kind of older.
Yeah, I mean, he's a long shot. Maybe not even that, honestly.
Yeah, he was like on the cusp for me as a nominee, but yeah, ultimately didn't hold a candle to the rest.
My next long shot that I might make a serious play for here is going to be Will Arnett.
Okay.
Because his post Arrested Development run is up there with some of the greats.
Some of the greats.
That might be dramatic.
You think the Lego Movie is up there?
That's I mean,
it was popular.
Don't sit there and tell me it's not a popular movie because it was very
true.
And you know, Lego Batman. Obviously, he was the voice of Sweet Tooth in Twisted Metal.
I forgot about that.
You ever seen the show Murderville?
No, I've heard of it.
It's like a parody. He's one
of the main characters.
He's like the main
right?
quote unquote detective, and they bring in like
a celebrity, right?
And they come in, and it's like it's like I don't know how to explain it. Like the actor is kind of like coming in blind, and it's like kind of improv, but like it's all scripted. They gotta like solve a murder.
Yeah,
and they go through like the crime scene and other evidence, and then that actor that they bring in has to solve the crime.
Has to figure it out.
And Will Arnett's just riffing the whole time, and he's just like really funny in it.
Yeah.
But I mean, obviously, his biggest role is BoJack. BoJack Horseman, and like, so I mean, he's proven he can be the lead guy.
Yeah,
and
for sure. I mean, he was the leading man in Lego Batman.
I mean, he's a 7-time Emmy nominee, but like no major awards. He's on Canada's
How
Walk
many
of
of those
Fame.
were for BoJack?
That's the thing. It's pretty one-sided with BoJack. I know he won some for the Lego movies.
Did he get anything for Arrested Development?
I don't think so.
That was my question. I didn't know if he got nominated for that.
I don't think so.
He's got more of a minor role in that than I remembered.
Yeah,
I thought he was a bigger part of that, and then I looked back and was like, yeah, he's really not in this as much as I thought.
Yeah.
Like I thought he was like the second main character, but really it focuses on a lot of the other guys more.
Yeah, most of us. 30 Rock. He was in 30 Rock too.
See, I think that's what he wasn't on SNL, was he? No,
that's Forte.
Well, yeah, but I always think he was on SNL, but I think it's because he was on 30 Rock. I think I saw him like on like sketches and stuff or whatever on 30 Rock, and I kind of associate him with a lot of the SNL actors, performers. So I always think he was on SNL, but he wasn't.
It kind of looks like his biggest win was best voice actor it was a Critics' Choice Super Award. That really looks like his like biggest.
For which one?
BoJack.
Yeah.
So like I think that was really his biggest one. I mean, he was nominated. He's the
voice of the Reese's commercials.
Yeah, this is true.
He does have a very good voice.
His cameo in Parks and Rec is so funny when he takes Leslie out on a date.
Oh, yeah.
And he gives her a CAT scan as part of the date.
Isn't like part of the joke that he like can't tell her what he found? Like he can't He's like, I just do the scans. I can't tell you what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's really funny.
Okay, maybe not a long shot, but
Hit me.
well, I'm saying, are we still no? Because I think I'm
Hit
done.
me.
Okay.
You don't have any? You don't have any more?
That's what
well,
I
I
mean.
got one.
Okay.
I was gonna say Billy West. Not a super recognizable name, but the characters he's done, super incredibly recognizable. He's probably one of the top voice actors of the last 30 years or so. 30 to 40 years probably. He was the voice of Stimpy from Ren and Stimpy, and then the voice of Ren later on. He was the voice of Fry, the Professor, and Zoidberg, as well as a handful of other characters on
Wow.
Futurama.
Yeah.
He was the voice of Doug from Doug, and the voice of Roger the Bully from Doug.
Damn, it's too bad we're not doing like just voice actors.
Just voice actors.
Man,
He takes the cake. Yeah, he's top of them. He's one of the top.
Those are some elite
I
voice.
know.
Like
He did Bugs Bunny and Space Jam. I don't know that he did. I want to say he did the new Space Jam, but I can't remember. He was in the 90s Space Jam. And I think he did a couple of the other Looney Tunes characters too, but the big one is Bugs. He was the voice of the Red M&M.
Good. I'm glad. If I want anybody playing the red M&M, it's him.
You think Santa will like these red and green M&Ms? I don't know. I never met the guy. What? He does exist. They do exist. Santa?
Now your feature presentation.
I'm Turn off your cell phones. No, but yeah, he's the voice of the red M&M and your nemesis, the Cheerios bee.
Prick.
Such a smug little asshole.
I hate that condescending little dickhead.
Is that a knock against Billy West because
Yes.
he was the voice of
Because
your arch enemy?
Yeah, because he actively chose to do that on purpose. So
Oh man.
I hate the look he gives you on that stupid box, man. He's just like he gives me the look like, hey, I'm better than you, and I know it.
I think you're projecting a little bit. I think you feel bad when you're eating Cheerios. You're like, fuck this bee, making me eat healthy-ish. Speaking of...
No.
No?
No.
You don't think you're projecting on the
No.
bee? Speaking of, kind of an interesting segue here. Did you know the original voice of the Red M&M, Billy Crystal,
Oh damn. Okay.
which is another nominee?
Yeah.
Here we go. I just remembered that. That was cool.
See,
Do you know who's the guy? Sorry. Who's the guy? He's been, this is the one I know you'll know. The bum that is insurance company. He's the guy that's in all those commercials. The guy from Spider-Man, the newspaper guy from Spider-Man.
yeah. What is his name?
You know who I'm talking about.
Yeah.
I can't think of his name offhand. He's I think now he might not be. This was a while ago at least, when Billy West was doing the red M&M at least. He was the voice of the yellow M&M. The original voice was John Goodman.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course,
John Goodman and Billy Crystal were the original voices of the red and yellow M&Ms.
I just accidentally kicked my dog. I'm sorry, Sashi.
Oh, poor Sashi.
Poor girl.
Why do I know all this information? I don't know.
Because that's how your brain. That's how your brain
that's
operates.
How I go. Yeah.
I'm surprised you didn't text me and our mother this at 7:30 in the morning like you've done.
Hey, fun fact for you on a Tuesday morning. You know the original M&M was Billy Crystal? Anyway, do you want to talk about Billy Crystal? I didn't have him on my list, but he was very close.
Yeah.
He was one of the top ones that I had to cut.
He has a good argument.
He's probably, other than Will Ferrell, they're probably neck and neck for funniest. We also have Bill Murray.
Agreed.
There are three that are very close for
He's
funniest.
kind of like William Hurt, where a lot of his stuff was, early.
Yeah.
Like,
he's also...
Obviously, When Harry Met Sally, City Slickers, SNL, he was Mike in Monsters, Inc.
He was in Princess Bride.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Public Enemies. I'm looking at the wrong name. He was not in Public Enemies.
Yeah, that'd have been a weird spot for him to be in.
You imagine Billy Crystal is like Al Capone. Yeah, Princess Bride. So he was Morty the Mime, and this is Spinal Tap.
Yeah,
I forgot all about that.
Oh man, that unlocked a memory. That was good.
Yeah, he
I forgot about that.
He won a Razzie for City Slickers 2 for worst sequel.
Yeah, I don't know that I'll ever watch that movie.
No,
it sounds terrible.
So I mean, to his credit, he's got 34 total awards, 1 Critics' Choice winner, 6-time Primetime Emmy.
Are those
winners?
Are those acting awards though?
I think. Yeah.
That's a lot. That's a lot more than I thought he'd.
Let me fact check real quick.
So yeah, the only thing with him, as far as acting wise, I forgot something on my list. He was in Monsters Inc.
I just said that.
You said that?
I said he was Mike in Monsters Inc.
Oh, I was probably reading my list when you said that, but I completely forgot about that until now. That might move him up my list a little bit.
Yeah, Primetime Emmy. He was nominated.
Primetime Emmy?
Primetime Emmy. He was nominated 19 times.
19 times?
Okay, you know what? You're right. Is more musical than outstanding writing in a variety or music program. Okay, that's my.
Oh yeah,
that's
I know
my bad.
he wrote for less. Yeah,
that's my bad.
As a comedian, yeah, he was great as a comedian. He hosted, I think it was the Oscars a bunch.
Mm-hmm. I mean, he was nominated for
really
When
nice.
Harry Met Sally.
Yeah, I figured for that.
Yeah, that's on me. That's on me, guys. Sorry.
Yeah. He's one of those guys that just he just plays Billy Crystal.
Yeah.
Which is great. Everybody loves Billy Crystal. I mean, most people do. So when you just sound him out, it's like, hey, just do Billy Crystal things. He's like, all right, I got it. You can just go out there and nail it. Yeah. And he just like tweaks the characters just slightly. And, and he's one of those guys that brings in a lot of personal details to his roles. Like there's in City Slickers, he tells this story about going to a Yankees game with his dad.
Yeah.
And that's a real story. So he brings that in. But as far as like acting wise, he's basically just playing himself, which it's also difficult to just act generally, even if you are not really playing a character really.
I just think if he had if he had more like one or two more recent good performances, like at least like early 2000s or something, I'd consider it more. But I think he's just kind of top heavy a little bit, even though he's a legend. Yeah,
he's another one of those legends. He's also, as far as like name recognition, again, I'm thinking of kind of along the lines of what you're saying. Somebody younger than under 20, maybe the under 20 crowd, I don't know that they'll instantly recognize Billy Crystal's name. Mm-hmm. I know it took me a while to kind of recognize that name as somebody I liked, just because he, like you said, he hadn't been in a lot of recent things. I think the most recent thing I knew him from was Monsters Inc. So yeah, I think that hurts him a little bit that he hasn't done so much in the last 20 years or so. But anyway, you got any tweeners? Anybody we didn't mention?
Bill Hader,
solid.
He's kind of like the opposite Billy Crystal. Like his stuff now, like he's
excellent.
Really, like Barry and he was in the It sequel, Trainwreck, Brooklyn Nine-Nine. I mean, he only had a handful. He was so great in Brooklyn Nine-Nine, man. Like
I forgot about that. Yeah, that's hilarious.
Yeah, I mean, obviously,
I'm having a heart attack.
Obviously,
nope. This is the big one.
Obviously, his best role is Barry.
Yeah,
because he created
his big project.
That's his baby, right?
He's so good in that too.
Yeah,
that's such a great series. He was in Inside Out.
Yeah, but
voiced in that one.
That one's.
He wasn't in the sequel though, which is weird. I was disappointed.
That one's tough. I feel like that's a good enough run to really consider him in the top 5.
He had a lot of supporting roles. He was in Adventureland. He was in Superbad.
Yep.
He had a leading role in Skeleton Twins. You ever watch that? That one's really good. It's got what's her name in it?
I think he was in Knocked Up too.
Yeah, right. Knocked Up. Yeah, he goes to the bar with
oh yeah,
Seth Green and I don't know. He's trying to. I don't remember.
Seth Green. Seth
Rogen. Seth Green. He's in Forgetting Sarah Marshall too at the beginning.
Oh yeah, you're right.
He plays the friend.
Yep.
Yeah, he's another one. He's like a personal favorite of mine. If I were ranking top 5 guys I like, he's might be number 1. I love Bill Hader, but I don't know if he's got quite the weight of some of these other guys.
I know it's like 6 for it's like he's hovering right there.
He's close.
All right.
Give me one more series, Bill, and you might be in.
Yeah. All right. That's all I got. So whatever you want to throw out.
Who else did I have? Oh, we didn't talk about Will Smith.
Oh,
He's got a shitload of iconic roles.
So obviously
Fresh Prince, Men in Black, Independence Day,
yeah.
Hancock. That iconic role.
I Am Legend, Pursuit of Happiness,
I Am Legend.
King Richard.
I forgot about that one.
Yeah, like
he got a ton.
He's won so much stuff.
What's he got awards wise?
As a winner, 1-time Academy, 1-time Golden Globe.
Was the Academy?
King Richard.
Oh, okay. I was wondering if it was one of the, because he had a couple of like dramatic roles there for a minute. He had what was that, 7 pounds or something?
Oh, I forgot about that one. That one was so good too.
What was the one you just mentioned?
King Richard.
No, the other one you said.
Pursuit of Happiness.
Yeah, that one.
I felt like he won something on that one too, but
yeah, I was thinking one of those. Maybe it was like a Golden Globe or something, or a SAG award.
I think he's up there.
I almost mentioned him earlier as a sure thing.
For me, it's between him and Bill Hader, but like it's a no contest. It's Will Smith over Bill Hader. He's just got more to his.
Yeah. So who do we have?
We have William H., Will Ferrell, Billy Bob, Bill Murray. We've got 4.
With Willem Dafoe, Will Smith,
and Bill Hader.
How do we feel about Billy West? And Billy Crystal.
I'm saying no to Billy Crystal.
Just because of all the points you made earlier.
Yeah, I think.
So did we?
I think Billy Crystal's
out on William Hurt.
Oh yeah.
Or out on Will Arnett.
Yeah.
And then
Billy Crystal
out on Billy Crystal.
Billy Crystal would be the first one out, basically.
Yeah.
If it's the NCAA tournament, they're like the first one out. They're the winner of. He's the winner of the NIT.
Except, not because we have like 7 more, and we got to cut 2 guys. So is he actually the first out? Oh, you're saying first. Oh, I was thinking like 6th. Never mind.
Yeah.
I didn't understand.
Cutting him out of the top 5.
First.
Yeah.
Anyway,
that's fine.
We're good.
Honestly, I think it's just a three-person battle between Hader, Willem, and Will Smith. And even then,
no Billy West. We're cutting Billy West. He just doesn't have the name recognition. The characters he plays do.
Yeah.
But he himself doesn't have the name recognition, I think.
Yeah.
That's a tough one.
And honestly, okay, so if we're coming down to Will Smith, Bill Hader, and Willem, I think it's Bill Hader, unfortunately. You just got to have a couple more to your name.
Yeah, I think his success is too recent, I think.
So it really comes down to Willem and Will.
No, I don't know. Let's look at the whole field here.
All right.
We got Will Smith, Bill Murray, William H. Macy, Will Ferrell, Billy Bob Thornton, and Willem Dafoe. Name recognition-wise, it's Will Smith, Bill Murray, Will Ferrell, Willem Dafoe, with William H. and Billy Bob bringing up the rear. As far as name recognition, I think that's it. But continuing, acting chops-wise, I'd say
of those 3, William H. is the best one of those 3.
I'm not thinking those 3. I'm thinking taking the whole field here.
Okay.
If you're looking at everybody just acting chops, if you're including comedy acting chops, I'd say it's probably Bill Murray, William H. Macy, and Will Ferrell kind of top. Then probably Willem Dafoe up there, kind of in the top 4, and then probably Billy Bob and Will Smith in the bottom 2. Although we did say a lot about Billy Bob's acting chops. I don't know. Bill Murray's kind of another one. Basically just plays Bill Murray and everything.
But he's good at doing that, though.
He is really good.
He's a legend.
That's an incredible thing. I don't think we can cut him.
No, we're not cutting Bill Murray.
Yeah. So let's mark that as a definite. He's locked in. Bill Murray's locked. Yeah. He's a lock. What about Will Ferrell? You think he's a lock?
I think so, yeah.
I think Ferrell's a lock, too.
Yeah.
So we got Murray and Ferrell as locks, for sure. Where are we at? So we got Will Smith, William H. Macy, Billy Bob, and Willem Dafoe. And we got to pick 3 of those 4. Let's look at characters now. Who's got the most iconic characters?
Oh, man.
Yeah, Willem Dafoe has probably the single most iconic character of these.
William H.
But he doesn't have multiple of
William
them.
And Macy only has the one for sure.
Like
right?
super iconic, yeah. He's got recognizable movies, but he's more of a minor character in those.
Yeah.
Or like part of an ensemble, like in Fargo.
I'm thinking, I'm with you on Defoe because he would have been my nominee if I was. I didn't think he counted.
You were going to nominate him if you thought his name was.
He would have been. I don't know if he would have been a surefire for me, but he would have been like on the cusp for me. So I'm putting him up there.
Okay.
I'm
down with that. I think
I'm putting him in.
We'll see. Let's keep going characters here.
Okay, Billy Bob, Bad Santa,
or let's go like movies / characters.
Okay, you got Billy Bob, you got Bad Santa,
Sling Blade, Armageddon. Remember that movie Mr. Woodcock?
I do.
That was such a dumb movie.
Yeah.
Anyway, what else we got?
He's Fargo, Monsters Ball, Bad News Bears remake. I just think.
Oh, I was thinking. I forgot about Fargo. I forgot he was in the series Fargo.
Yeah.
I was thinking the movie. I was like, they were both in that.
I just think his range kind of like.
Yeah, I kind of want. He's one of those guys. I want him to be in there, but I don't know if I'm biased because I like. Just anytime I see him in something like Billy Bob, let's go. But Macy's a good one too. He's another one. It's like, oh, William H. Macy's in this. Let's go. Let's see what he's gonna do. Will Smith. I feel like he's like probably he was one of the biggest stars for the last since 1992.
Yeah.
He's probably one of the the A+++ listers of all time.
Yeah.
He was probably one of the 3 biggest actors of our generation, or maybe not our generation, but at least of our time in existence. So I don't know. It's hard to keep him out too. So yeah, that's tough. Will Smith, William H., and Billy Bob. I think we got to put Will Smith in.
I was gonna say I'm really leaning towards Billy Bob, but I think I'm with you because Will Smith has been on quite an elite run.
Yeah,
his latest run has been something to behold.
What do you got?
Well, just like his 2000s run, or even 2010s run,
yeah. Give me some examples. I didn't look them all up. I just kind of listed
I listed most of mine. You obviously okay. So the recent ones I'm considering.
You're thinking most of the dramas he was in, the super dramas.
Yeah, Hancock, I Am Legend, Pursuit of Happiness, King Richard. He finally won. Best actor or whatever. I think in that one. Did he? I don't remember.
For King Richard.
Yeah, I don't remember.
I'm not sure.
I'm not gonna check. I don't care.
He won it in our hearts.
He was in Suicide Squad.
Yeah.
The bad one.
The worst one.
I just think his latest run kind of gives him the edge.
What's William H. Macy done since Shameless ended?
That's a good point.
But that was fairly recent. When did that end?
Just a couple years ago, I think.
Yeah, it hasn't been that long. Maybe just taking a break, taking a breather.
Yeah.
That was probably a tough character to play for that long.
You know what? I think Will Smith. I think we can put Willie up there.
Okay, so now we're down to Macy and Thornton. It's weird to just call him Thornton. He's one of those guys that you kind of his last name is inconsequential.
I think you kind of convinced me on the what have you done for me lately on William H. Macy.
Well, what about Billy Bob? What's he done lately?
That's true too.
These guys are almost like neck and neck for character actors.
Okay, I guess we could go tiebreaker here. Who's had more lead roles? That you are
iconic lead roles.
Yeah,
I think that goes to Billy Bob.
Yeah, as much as it pains me to say,
of those characters, who's got the best roles in those characters as those characters?
All right, so
Fargo is one of the greats. Shameless was one of the best shows on TV, still considered up there. Billy Bob, the most iconic characters for me, which isn't saying a ton. Armageddon, Bad Santa, Sling Blade again. That one aged poorly.
Yeah,
all those kind of disability movies are don't age all that well.
No. Oh boy, I don't know what another tiebreaker could be.
Yeah, I don't know. This one's tough.
Okay, what about this? Let's say I came to you and I was like, I got 2 movies here, and you don't know what they are.
And you say...
One has William H., one has Billy Bob. Who you picking? Not even thinking about it.
Is it a lead role? Is he the main character of this one? He's the main...
Yeah, we'll say lead role.
That's tough.
Don't even think about it. Just all right.
My
Wait. Just clear your mind for a minute. As much
that's
as that
impossible to do. Go ahead.
We'll rewind. Okay. Let's role play here.
Oh, we're role playing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not in the sexy way.
Oh, well, what if I wanted it to be?
Well, we're brothers, so that's weird. All right.
Role play.
I gotta get my acting
Gotta
chops.
get in character.
Yes,
and.
All right, here we go. Hey, you want to watch a movie?
Let me compose myself. Get into character. Hey.
I knew I was gonna break. Oh my god. All right. Maybe role playing isn't a good idea.
I thought you were gonna change the scenario. Just like, hey, you want to watch a movie? That's what you just said.
My mind went totally blank, and I was just like, I want to watch a movie.
Why, yes, I do want to watch a movie.
All right, let's just say,
What movies do you have? Is it 2 movies and that's it? You only have 2 options? The rest of your DVDs have been destroyed?
okay, what about this? All right,
We're still watching DVDs,
what-
apparently. This is 2008.
yeah. What if, when in Breaking Bad, when Hank finally, not Hank, Heisenberg. What the hell's his name? Why am I?
Yeah, that guy.
Okay, Bryan Cranston. Remember when he?
Nope. I can't go on until we figure it out. It's going to bother me. It's Walter. White.
Walter.
Yeah.
Okay, remember when Walter is like basically caught and he goes and gets a different identity and he gets sent to like New Hampshire or whatever. Yeah. You know how he has like 3 movies he can only ever watch. That's the only.
Yeah.
Okay, you're in that scenario.
That situation.
And you have 2 movies. Which one are you gonna
We
watch
just spent
first?
5 minutes trying to figure out.
Yeah.
That we have
Which
2
one are you
movies
gonna
to
watch first and the most?
Are they both dramas or both comedies? Because that would influence it too.
No, the only thing you know is the actor in their lead role.
Okay. Are they both the same genre at least?
You don't know. Actor per actor. I'm picking William H. Macy. I would rather watch him.
My gut was Billy Bob.
Oh my God.
Man.
See, here's the thing. Here's the thing with my against Billy Bob. Billy Bob's great, and I would laugh a million times. But if I'm watching that movie, I would get so sick of it. I'm taking a chance in that the William H. Macy movie is not going to be a comedy, and I guess I'd rather watch a movie like Lincoln Lawyer more than Bad Santa a million times.
But what if it is a comedy? What if it's Wild Hogs?
Well, that's the chance you take. But that's not a lead. He's not a lead role. He's not a lead role in that.
Yeah, that's true. He's like the second lead, though. What about, and again, what if it's Sling Blade? I don't know if I want to watch Sling Blade for the rest of my life. That's a tough scenario. See, that's why I wanted to know if they're both a comedy. If I know, doesn't matter what genre, but as long as they're both the same genre, does that affect anything? If you know that they're both comedies and you got William H. and Billy Bob.
But that influences it.
Or the other way around, if it's both, you both know that it's both dramas.
That's why I think. Would you rather?
If you know it's a if you know it's a drama, which one are you picking?
William H. Macy.
If it's a comedy, which one are you picking?
I'd lean towards Billy Bob, but I would still take my chances with William H. because he can be funny.
See, I think he is funny, but I feel like with William H. Macy, his best roles are supporting roles. Billy Bob, I feel like, can lead a comedy. With a drama, who knows? I think with a comedy wise, he can lead it. We've seen that a bunch of times.
Oh,
but with William H. Macy, I feel like his best roles are as a supporting character, where he's not on screen for every scene.
okay. Oh, I didn't think of this. Is William H. Macy pulling Angelina Jolie?
Who's he married to? We got to find out, because this matters.
Matters in my heart.
I don't know that he's married to a famous person. I feel like he's not. Ooh, that's a tough one. It's Felicity Huffman. I forgot about
Oh my God.
Oops. I forgot about that one. Yikes.
Nothing can be easy, can it? Damn.
I don't know that your mind went the same direction I went. Do you remember why Felicity Huffman was in the news recently? She was part of that whole, like, paying for her kids to, or like, whatever you call it, for her kids to go to school.
Yeah,
what do you call it?
The lady from Full House.
Full House, yeah. Yeah, she
well,
was.
Then, no, that's a knock against. Sorry.
That's what I'm saying. I was like, ooh, that's why I said, ooh, that's tough.
Okay.
That's a knock.
I forgot
against
about
Willie.
that. Yeah, no, that's a knock.
Willie H.
Sorry.
Yeah.
That's bad.
Sorry, Macy.
That's bad decisions on your part. I mean, Angelina Jolie's not the greatest person either, but
Yeah, that's tough.
I think I'm starting to lean towards Billy Bob now.
It's tough for me. That's another one because I really like William H. Macy, but again, I think it's as a supporting character, like his character in Boogie Nights, I think is hilarious.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, my wife's got an ass in her cock in the driveway. Oh man, R.I.P. But Shameless is a big notch on the belt. Man, this is tough. I think I prefer William H. Macy, but I think to lead a movie, I'd rather have Billy Bob.
I think you're right, because I'm still going back to Frank and Shameless, and it's kind of like a pseudo lead. He's not.
Yeah, he's probably the big name. He's definitely the headline character or the headline actor at least.
I think
in
you're
the movie,
right.
But
yeah,
he's not really the main.
Because Billy Bob could be the lead role in a serious movie, like first season of Fargo.
Yeah. And he's the like I said earlier, he's like the straight man in Armageddon.
Yeah.
He's got to play the straight man to all of these zany characters.
Yeah.
Like all 40 of these character actors that are all just off the chain.
I'm good with throwing Billy Bob up there. Yeah.
That one hurts though.
That does hurt.
I
think your point of mostly because he's had more lead roles. So I think I would be more confident in him playing a good lead.
You think so?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. Man, that's tough though. That's like flipping a coin for me. Man, that's tough. Let's redo the list and see how we feel. Do you think William H. Macy tops any of these five gentlemen? Will Smith, Bill Murray, Will Ferrell, Billy Bob Thornton, Willem Dafoe. Does he have the sway to bump any of those five guys?
I don't think so. I would maybe argue Willem, but like he's
probably the only one.
I always go back to his performance as Green Goblin and his role in Platoon. He was so damn good in Platoon,
he's so
man.
Good, yeah.
So
he
like
played Jesus Christ. He was one of the.
I just don't think I can. I just
play
don't
that dude.
I don't see it. I don't see how we can throw him.
It's so close.
William H is definitely the 5B.
He's like 5.5. I was gonna say he's so close, and it really hurts me to cut him, but I think Billy Bob takes it.
Yeah.
So we good? We think that one?
Yep, I'm good.
We already eliminated everybody else, but anybody else? Anybody else? Any takers? Anybody?
I think in a few years, I think we could really redo it and put. I think Will Poulter and Skarsgård would have a very good chance of.
And Bill Hader.
William
Hader.
Yeah.
Whenever
those three could have a very good chance.
Whatever his next project is after Barry.
We'll see. Yeah, 5 years from now, maybe we'll revisit this and
we'll come back.
Yeah.
There's some new Wills in the mix. All right, let's wrap it up. And that's our show. We hope you enjoyed it as much as Billy Crystal enjoys playing Billy Crystal. And you can pay that love forward by sharing this podcast with your friends, family, fans of the name William. All the Bills in your life. All the Willies and Wills and Bills out there. Share it with them. They're going to love it.
If there happens to be a second Willem out there.
Another Willem. You can find us on Spotify and Podbean. And I think we're trying to get on Apple. Who knows what's happening there. Don't forget to like us on your platform of choice. You can subscribe so you never miss a new episode. They'll just let you know that the new one dropped anytime. Give us a review, a little 5 stars, 5-star rating. Leave us a comment. However you want to do that, it helps us, gets us more attention. The best thing is to just share it, tell friends about it, all that stuff. You can like us on Facebook, follow us at CCWisePod on Instagram, Threads, TikTok, and Twitter. You can follow me on just about everything at Tyler_W. Where can everybody find you out there?
You can find me on Twitter at BWise23. On Instagram at NotTheFakeBW, and then on TikTok at NotTheFakeBrandonWise. So go ahead and join us in a couple weeks for another episode of Counterclockwise.
And stay rolling.
Gotta name 'em all. Gotta name 'em all. Actor's name William.
William.